The Friday Night Fun Net is on the air. Good evening, everybody. It is 8:04 p.m. It's 8 o'clock. Who cares? And welcome to the Friday Night Fun Net on the W9AXD repeater in Rockford. Sure feels good to be back on this repeater again. My name is Jim. My call is K9GCR. I'm located here in Freeport. I'll be your host this evening. The purpose of having this net is what the name implies, to have fun. This is what this hobby of amateur radio is all about, in addition to providing emergency communications if when situation warrants. A secondary purpose of this net is providing an on-air meeting place for all amateur radio operators. Everybody's welcome to check in. You do not have to be a member of any club, organization, group, or association to participate in this net. All you need is a valid FCC license. This net meets each and every Friday evening at 8 p.m. This repeater is a PL 114.8 minus offset. You need to have that programmed into your radio in order to have access to the repeater. For those of you who may be using older radios that do not have PL capability, or if the PL on your radio is not working properly, you can check in the Friday Night Fun Net by using the repeater output frequency, the straight 610 simplex. If I hear you, I will acknowledge you and check you in the net. Also, if you're on the 6, if you can hear the repeater, but you can't get to it due to conditions or else you're too far away from it, give me a call on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline, area code 815-232-FNFN, 232-3636. You have a local Freeport number. I'll take your check-in over the phone, but try to check it on the radio first. I did have one early bird check-in. That's Tom, W99WTF in Janesville. So, okay. Okay, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to take short time on mobile stations. If you can't stay for the net, you got family time, you'd rather concentrate on your driving, or you got something else going on, I'll take your short time and mobile check-ins. If you have traffic, we'll do your traffic right away. After that, we'll do general check-ins. First, we'll do general check-ins from northern Illinois. Next, we'll do general check-ins from southern Wisconsin. After that, we'll take general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin. When you check in, state whether or not you have traffic. Your traffic consists of breakfast, bike rides, marathons, or Hamfest. I guess this weekend the Head of the Rock Regatta is going to be starting up again. That's good to hear after about 2-3 year absence. So okay, we'll do our regular features. We'll do the TechNet. If you are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of an antenna you want to put up on your tower? You have technical questions, please feel free to ask them, and we'll try to answer them for you. Then we'll do the W9 Gene Duncan DX report in honor of our late great friend and colleague, Gene Duncan, W9GD, the king of DX. Every time you check this net, you always had a DX report. And I do have a DX report that I will pass along with you later on. Then we'll do the swap net. You have any items to buy, sell, trade, or want, anything related to hobbies of amateur radio or computers, we'll do that. The topic tonight, in keeping with the Oktoberfest theme, I'm going to ask everybody, I do this every year, I'm going to ask everybody what their favorite beer is. You have a favorite beer. Schlitz, Pabst Blue Ribbon, Budweiser, Old Style, Hams, or Fox Brand, or what have you. Or Falstaff. We'll talk about that during the round table tonight. So, okay. Okay, with all the so-called formalities out of the way, let's get underway. Do we have any short time on mobile stations like to check in? Please call now.
AC9GCR, this is W9JTC. I'm going to check in short time tonight, Jimmy. Have a great net.
AC9NW, Simon Roscoe, short time, no traffic.
We'll talk to you. We'll hear you on the Green Continent. That's coming Sunday night. Any more short time on mobile stations while I check? Please call now.
C9, go short time.
Alpha 9, Victor Uniform, Michael in Janesville.
AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe, short time, no traffic. Short time, no traffic.
Okay, I'm going to stop right here just a minute. W9JTC, Jamie and Robert got you checked in. AC9GO, Larry, the Rod Board President, great meeting tonight. Got you checked in. AA9, thank you for checking in. AA9VU, Mike and James Hill, thank you for checking in. AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe, got you checked in, thank you for checking in. Last station trying to check in, there was a terrible squeal with your signal and I couldn't copy anything. Let's try that one more time, please. Bruce N9BWM, I got you checked in. You might want to do something about that squeal. It sounds real bad tonight. So I'm just barely able to hear you, but I've got you checked in, Bruce. Thank you for checking in. Any more short-time mobile stations like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now.
K9TZT, my favorite is Past Blue Ribbon. K9TZT, sorry, I have to be short time.
K9KZT, Larry and Rockford, the king of CW. Great job. It was with cold practice every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday night there. So, Past Blue Ribbon, or PBR. Okay, sounds good. Thank you for checking in, Larry. Have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Any more short time mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now.
KD9HKX, Larry and Roscoe. Short time, no traffic.
Kilo Charlie 9, Golf Oscar Lima. Jimmy, no traffic, and Black Label beer. Jimmy, have a good night.
Mabel Black Label. I remember that commercial. Okay, Jimmy, I got you. Thank you again. Tomorrow and Sunday, get that fan and AC going. Summer's back. And also got you checked in, Jimmy. And thank you for checking in. KD9HKX, Lauren and Roscoe have got you checked in. Thank you for checking in. Any more short-time mobile stations, Friday Night Fun Net, please call now.
KD9EPZ, I'm going to check in short time, but I may be back. But the Metamora repeater's coming up, and they're about equal strength, so I don't want to be jammed when you call my name. So. Favorite beer, Miller Genuine Draft.
Okay, Al, I've got you checked in. Thank you for checking in. Anybody listening down in Metamora, this repeater is appeal 114.8 minus offset. You're welcome to check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Okay, Al, thank you for checking in. Maybe I can't even talk. You're welcome to check in later on. Any more short time mobile stations, the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now.
AE1NT.
RGG, Norm in Orfordville, Wisconsin.
KC9RGG, Norm in Orfordville, Wisconsin. I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you. Are you checking in the short time tonight, Norm?
Short time, Jim.
Short time. What's your favorite beer?
Miller Lite.
Okay, sounds good, Norm. Thank you for checking in. Have a good evening, Southern. We'll talk to you down the log. Any more short-time mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. There was another station trying to check in, but I couldn't quite catch your call. Come back, please.
AE1NT, Kent.
Kilo 1, November, Tango Sierra, is that correct?
Kent, kiss everyone next time. KE1NT. Short time, and I'm 76, and I've never had a beer.
KE1NT, okay, I've got you checked in. Hey, that's okay. I don't drink either, but I'm doing this in honor of Oktoberfest. Thank you for checking in, KE1NT. Have a good evening. Any more short time mobile stations, the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now.
KC9QPL, Poland Lowe's Park, short time.
KC9QPL, okay, Paul, I've got you checked in. What's your favorite beer, Paul?
I don't drink.
That's okay, I don't either. Thank you for checking in, Paul. We'll hear from you this coming Monday night on the Rah-Rah Net. Hopefully it'll be out on this repeater like it was past Monday. Any more short time remote stations, the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. I'm trying to be careful so I don't step on anybody who's trying to check in. So, okay, sorry for the pause there. Okay, let's go with general check-ins. At this time, I'll take general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now.
Kilo Delta 9 or Mike Echo Delta, Mike and Rochelle.
K9MED, Mike and Rochelle, who's recording this is the Friday Night Fun Net for Friday, October 8th, 2021. And Mike is recording the net for future rebroadcasts on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. Okay, Mike, I got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes at the roundtable. Thank you for checking in. Thank you for all you do. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now.
89 MAP. I have a little traffic for you, Jimmy.
KD9 TJL, Tim in Rockford.
November 9, Golf Bravo Papa, Greg in Rockford.
Okay, I got 3 station check. K9 MAP, Karen Robert, I got you checked in. Do you want to give your traffic now or do you want to wait? Don't make no difference.
I can wait till everybody gets here.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, Carrie, thank you for checking. We'll get back to you in a few minutes here. KD9TJL, and we got Tim and Rockford. Well, the new kids on the block in the Rockford and Winnebago County have got you checked in. I'll get back to you in a few minutes at the roundtable. Thank you for checking in. N9GBP, Greg and Rockford have also got you checked in. I'll get back to you in a few minutes at the roundtable. Thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Day? Please call now.
AE9JF, Jim in Loves Park.
AE9JF, Jim in the Loves Park. We got you checked in, Jim. I'll get back to you in a few minutes roundtable. Thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Day? Please call now. Okay, one more time. Any general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, no more general check-ins from Northern Illinois. Of course, we had a lot of them checked in short time a while ago, so we'll move on. Any general check-ins? At this time, I'll take general check-ins from Southern Wisconsin. General check-ins from Southern Wisconsin. I'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Please go on now.
Kilo Delta 9, Golf Delta Yankee, Jim in Beloit.
Okay, I want Kilo Delta 9, Echo Delta Yankee, Jim and Boyd, is that correct?
Suffix is Germany, Denmark, Yankee. Germany, Denmark, Yankee.
Okay, I made the GOE. I got you checked in. Okay, okay, Jim and Boyd, got you checked in. I'll get back to you in a few minutes roundtable. Thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Southern Wisconsin, the Friday Night Fun Day, please go on. Okay, well, it's Friday Night Fish Friday night in Wisconsin, so everybody's at their favorite bar, restaurant, or tavern eating their catfish, buffalo, carp, buffalo, walleye, muskie, and the crappie. To you in the Milwaukee area, I don't know how the Brewers did. Hopefully they won. but you're eating your Polish sausages, hot dogs, brats, kielbasa, and brats right here. Of course, you cheese lovers, you're eating some of that famous Wisconsin cheese. Okay, at this time, I will take any general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Day. Please go on.
89 QDP.
Okay, I want to give a pause here for any other stations who want to check in. I don't want to step on anybody. K9 QDP, Rick and Rockford, we got you checked in. Rick, I'll get back to you in a few minutes roundtable. Thank you for checking in. Any more general Illinois or southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Day? Please go on now.
Jimmy, AC9JZ, Mike in Rockford.
AC9JZ, Mike and Rockford. Hey, Mike, good hearing from you. We'll get you. I got you checked. I won't have to put you down as an honorary check-in tonight. Good. So, got you down as a regular check-in. I'll get back to you in a few minutes roundtable. Thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin who'd like to check the Friday Night Fun Day? Please call now.
A quick question for you, Jimmy. Mike here again. What about the regatta? Is there anybody ham radio doing that this week?
See, what is this you're talking about?
The regatta is on this weekend, tomorrow, from 8 to 4. I wondered if anybody ham radio is assisting with that this year.
I haven't heard anything, and by the way, that's on Sunday, not tomorrow. It's on Sunday. I'm going to throw it out there. Do you know if anybody, ham radio operators, is doing the Head of the Rock regatta? Well, Mike, I haven't heard it. I've not heard anything. I haven't even heard anything lately if anybody was doing it or not. I'm assuming that they're probably not. So I guess there's your answer.
KC9GOL with comment.
Trees, and God bless you, and thanks for all you do.
You're welcome, Mike. KC9GOL, go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, Jimmy and Mike. What happened is the people that were going to run it, somebody backed out, and we were given a week, 2 weeks notice, which wasn't enough to set it up. And since there isn't a very large group to draw from this year, we decided not to do it. KC9GOL.
Okay, Mike, did you copy that?
9JZ. Thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate all you do. Thank you, guys.
Well, that's a fine how do you do. They give you 2 weeks of notice on such short notice. That's a crock of you know what. We'll put it that way. Okay, Mike, thank you for checking in. Hey, I'll still get back to you in a few minutes roundtable. Thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin, the Friday Night Fun Day? Please call now.
C9GCR. This is Alpha Kilo 9 Foxtrot, Dave and Beloit, no traffic.
AK9F, Dave and Beloit. Okay, Dave, I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you in a few minutes roundtable. Thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from northern Illinois, the Friday Night Fun Day? Please call now. Okay, this is K9G Sharon, net control of the Friday Night Fun, and I'll give you my traffic and later on during the net. But let's go. We're with the traffic in the traffic portion now. So let's go ahead with Carrie, KD9MAP. Okay, Carrie, what have you got for us traffic-wise?
This is KD9MAP. Thank you, Jimmy. Good evening, everybody. I see on the Rah Rah Facebook page that John, KD9SHG, is going to do a deployment at Rock Cut on Sunday. He plans to get there at 10 a.m. He will be firing up a grill if you want to bring something to grill. He says he'll start around 11. So that's John KD9SHG at Rock Cut State Park Sunday around 11 or so. It actually sounds like fun. KD9MAP.
Oh, yes. I'm glad you mentioned that, Gary, because he had me, I talked to him earlier. Well, actually, he called me on the phone. He wanted me to make the announcement on this net tonight. I told him I would do so. I never thought about it. Well, thank you very much for doing that, Gary.
You're so welcome.
Okay. Before we proceed any further, does anybody else have any traffic they'd like to pass along for the net? Please call now. Okay, I'll give you my traffic. Tomorrow, you know what? I better mention this or I'll forget about it. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. on the 147.195 repeater, we will be doing the bi-monthly hospital, Region 1 hospital radio system test. This test is conducted every 2 months during the even-numbered months on the second Saturday of each even-numbered month. I will be doing net control on this repeater, and as soon as I get done there, I will turn the net over to Lloyd, KB9APW down in Sterling. He will run the net on the 147.165 repeater in Oregon with PL 146.2 plus offset. When he gets done there, he'll switch over to the Dixon 146.970 repeater. That has a PL of 82.5 minus offset. So again, I'll be holding the Rockford portion of the test will be held here on this repeater with yours truly, K9G Sarah's net control. Then I'll turn the net over to Lloyd, KB9APW, and he'll run the net on the 165 and the 970 repeaters. Again, that's the Region 1, bi-monthly Region 1 hospital radio system test. So, in case you don't know what it is, they call each hospital, which has ham radio equipment, then they'll call anybody who's at home on their base. So that's how it goes. Tune in tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. on the 195 repeater and give a listen, or you can check in if you like. Also, tomorrow morning at 11 a.m., we will have our monthly in-person meeting of the Stevens County Repeater Association. George N9WSQ, our club president, put out a message on our SWAT net this past Wednesday night. Again, the meeting will take place at 11 a.m. at Freeport Public Library. Probably, we're assuming it's going to be upstairs in the boardroom. We don't know about the mask mandate, so if you're coming, please make sure you bring a mask. So we'll see what happens with that. So, okay, that's it for as far as traffic goes. Before we proceed any further, do we have any more stations? I'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now.
With traffic.
Come back.
KD9GDY, recheck with traffic.
KD9GDY, recheck with traffic. Okay, what do you got for...
It could be breakfast. Well, I'm going to breakfast. There's a group of hams gathering tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. at the Denny's restaurant there in the Flying J at the South Beloit I-90 exit there at South Beloit, the Flying J at 8 a.m.
Okay, so sounds I'm trying to write this stuff down at Denny's. Okay, South Boyd. Okay, sounds good. Well, I hope you have a good turnout. That'd be great if you guys do that. Okay, hey, thank you for bringing up your traffic.
981.
Okay, sounds good. Was there somebody else trying to check in? Come on back.
N9 C&W, November 9, Chicago Northwestern, Mark. No traffic.
This is Case 9 GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the W9XD repeater in Rockford. So good to say that again. Transferring for Friday Night Fun Net Central in Freeport. N9CNW, Mark and Robert got you checked in. Mark, I'll get back to you in a few minutes at roundtable. Okay, any more stations want to check in before we proceed? Please go on. Okay, let's go ahead with the TechNet. Does anybody, excuse me, are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of antenna do you want to put up on your tower? You have technical questions, please feel free to ask them. We'll see if we can answer them for you. Does anybody have any technical questions they'd like to bring before the next?
9GDY with a question.
GD9 to GDY, go ahead.
For all the technical people out there listening, I've been running a fan dipole with 80, 40, and 20 on it, and I added 15 meters today, and it doesn't seem like it's working like I thought or expected. So I think what's happening is maybe the 40 meter and 15 meter. I think the 15 meters a third multiple of 40 or whatever, and I got like a 1.8 SWR on that, and I can get down about 1.2, 1.1 on all the other wires I have there. So I just wonder if maybe it's parasitic or something. Has anybody tried that before, and is that a no-no or what? But I thought the signal would take the path of least resistance. So if anybody can answer that for me, that'd be great. I'm not going to get there and take it down tonight, but I'm going to operate with it that way this weekend, and it's not raising major havoc, but is a 15 and the 40 meter dipole on the same center insulator, is that a problem?
Okay, can anybody help out KD9 and GDY with his question?
Are you running an antenna tuner?
I am, so I can get down, I can tune 15. I worked a guy in England this morning on the 15 meter dipole, on the fan dipole, that is.
If it tunes up on a tuner, you're good to go. It sounds like you'd be all right there. What I use over here is a manual antenna tuner. I don't use the automatic antenna tuner in the radio. I use the manual tuner.
That sounded like Rick. Thanks, Rick. KD9GDY, back to net.
You're welcome, hey. I'll tell you what, it's been quite a while since we had any technical questions asked on this net, but that's good. You had to ask the question, and we'll see if we can get any answers from them. So, okay, sounds good. Good luck, KD9 to GDY, and hopefully everything works out for you.
Everyone, KD9GDY.
Okay. Does anybody else have any technical questions they'd like to bring before the net? Okay, sounds good. Oh boy, let me get by. Okay, next item we're gonna do the W9 Gene Duncan DX corner. This is in honor of our late great friend and colleague Gene Duncan, W9 GD, the king of DX. Every time he checked into this net, he always had a DX report. Okay, at this time, does anybody have any DX reports you'd like to pass along? Please go ahead.
I suppose I got something to mention here there, Jimmy. Of course, this happened a few weeks ago, but yeah, I've got something here for the DX.
Okay, sounds good. Well, why don't you go ahead, and I know, I'm sure Carrie has a DX report. Go ahead, Rick. We'll get to you first, then we'll get to Carrie.
Hey, this was about, I'd say probably a week, 2 weeks ago. On 40 meters, I was listening to Radio New Zealand. They had a program called Saturday Night, and what it was is they were playing requested songs. And that's part of it. And the other part of the DX is, well, I was down there in the long wave portion of the AM HF bands there. That's below AM broadcast. And I think I logged in something like 47, 48 long wave beacon stations. And I did hear very faintly a long wave broadcast station, and the best of my ability, I think it was originating out of Norway. It sounded like Norwegian language, the best I could tell. I could hear it, but it was weak. And that was down on about, I think it was about 255 kilocycles there. So it was down in the broadcast portion, what they use over there in Europe, some of the stations. But anyway, that's my DX report.
Well, congratulations, Rick. That's good. They picked up a Radio New Zealand on the 40-meter band, like a Norwegian station on the long-wave portion of the AM band. I used to have a 7-band radio many years ago. I bought that, I was about 21 years old when my mother bought that for me, kind of like a birthday present or something like that. It was a 7-band radio, AM, FM, high, low, police, aircraft, shortwave, and longwave. The only station I heard on the long-wave band was an aviation station. I think we're putting out aviation weather reports. I don't know what the frequency was, but that was great to hear. So, thank you for your DX report. Okay. Anybody else have a DX report they'd like to pass along?
Jimmy, I got another one here I just thought of. You mentioned something about aviation.
Okay, go ahead.
On 30 meters at 10.5, I believe it's 551, upper sideband. This one here comes out of Canada. They don't broadcast, 24/7. They broadcast, I think it's every 30 minutes or something like that. But it's called Gander Radio. And what they're doing is they're giving weather reports on various major airports up in Canada. It's kind of interesting to listen to. That's 10.051, I believe it is.
10.051. Okay, sounds good. I might be able to pick them up on my ICOM IC718. Well, thank you very much for that information on that. Aviation weather reports on 10.051 megahertz upper sideband and from Canada. Okay, thank you for that DX report. I do accept DX reports on broadcast bands too. So okay, sounds good. Okay, does anybody else have any DX reports they'd like to pass along at this time?
KD9MAP.
KD9MAP. Okay, Carrie, what do you got for us?
Before I get to my stuff, I have a couple of questions for Rick about the beacon stations. Do they use CW identifiers, and what kind of antenna did you use to listen to them with?
Hey, yeah, they're automatic beacon stations. Some of them are generally, most of them I should say, are consist of three characters. You know, like he'll have a PYP station out there, or a CFI or something like that. But it's just three characters as far as their call letters go. And you get down in there, and some of the stations are kind of crowded together there, so you got to have a good filter in the radio. And the antenna that I use over here is that MFJ 43-foot vertical. Excellent antenna for receiving beacon and AM broadcast stations.
Okay, that's great. Well, I'll try and dig some of those beacon stations out. I can tune down there. Who knows how my antenna will perform there. I've got some loop sticks laying around too. I guess I could try one of those. This week I don't have any new countries to announce. I worked 6 countries outside the United States. I only have one achievement this week. Brief reset. As of this week, I have confirmed QSOs to 1,000 United States counties. So that's only 2,300 left to go. KD9MAP.
Well, congratulations, Kerry. That is definitely good news. That is 1,000 U.S. counties with several, about 2,000 or 3,000 to go. That's great. Okay, now I'll give you my DX report. Let me get out my logbook. When was okay? Yesterday, October 8th, at 21 33 hours, I was about 4:30 yesterday afternoon. I was monitoring a 14.316 in the 20-meter bands, upper sideband. I made a contact with Kilo 1 Charlie Hotel X-ray. He was in Rhode Island. We were working Parks on the Air. That's the first time I ever worked a Parks on the Air station. Here's what I got down written. POTA for Parks on the Air. I got it written at the top of the page there. Rhode Island. So that was you see. He was giving me a 7.0. Of course, I was giving him 5.9. So that was my HF contact for yesterday. And Kerry, I'm happy to report to you that today I finally received my certificate for 13 colonies in the mail. I got it up. I got it hanging on the wall. So that's. Thank you very much for doing that.
Oh, that's great. That poor guy really has to work hard to get those certificates out. It sounds like a one-man operation. He's got to process thousands of logs to do that. So I'm glad you got it, Jimmy. And congratulations on the Rhode Island contact. It's a tiny island, so it's hard to hit. Hi. KD9MAP.
I believe you, Kerry. Hey, thank you for all you do with the DX the corner and bring in those contacts. Hopefully you'll be able to work that some more. I know you will. Okay, does any other station? Oh, I don't want to leave anybody out here. Does anybody else have any DX reports that they'd like to pass along at this time?
GDY.
Okay, station, come on back.
Kilo Delta 9 Golf Delta Yankee. Kind of on a side note there, to work in counties, I had a QSO, CW QSO with AG6V out in Washington, Donna Hinshaw, and she sent me a QSL card. She said she's only got 270 some counties left in the United States. And with that, I thought that was almost unbelievable. And she needed Rock County, Wisconsin, so I sent her a QSL card. So anyway, I thought that was interesting. KD9, GDY, back to net.
That's great. Contact with Washington State there, and about that. She was working the different counties too. That's great. Congratulations on doing that. Okay. Anybody else have any DX reports you'd like to pass?
NA9LE, check in and report.
Okay, let me come back with that call one more time, please.
This is November Alpha 9 Lima Echo, Jerry in North Ottawa.
Congratulations. Oh, Iowa. Okay, the band conditions must really be open. In November Alpha 9 Lima Alpha. Where are you at in Iowa?
Oh, that's Ottawa. Oscar OTTAWA, Ottawa.
Oh, Ottawa, Illinois, down in LaSalle County. Oh, the band must be wide open there tonight. Thank you for checking in. I don't know how long you're going to stay with us, but as long as I got you, by the time I get you, I'm afraid the band will probably close and I won't be able to get to you. This is the Friday Night Fun Net. We meet every Friday evening at 8 p.m. either on this repeater or on 147 and 195. We're talking about beer. What is your favorite beer you drink? Schlitz, Pabst Blue Ribbon, Budweiser, or what?
NA9LE in the group. Well, I would have to say, man, I don't really have a favorite per se. I mean, my go-to for American stuff, I guess, would be Coors Light, but I occasionally like Modelo, Corona, or, you know, depending on whatever the occasion is, it's due to change. But I did want to share some DX report, if that's okay.
You bet. You just go right ahead. We're still in the DX quarter. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I haven't been on 80 meters in a very long time. I used it a lot when I first got my HF station set up. I didn't have a tuner, and 80 was the only band that my internal tuner would tune. So spent a lot of time on there, and once I got a taste of 20 and 40, started going there most of the time. Got a lot of DX stuff done on 20 and 40, but I was on 80 meters the other day, and it greatly surprised me. I picked up Scotland, Wales, England, and Belgium around 6 UTC, which is pretty early in the morning, but I'm starting to find these little pockets of like 5 hours.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I think the band's starting to close here. But I got you. The NE9LE, okay. Just a minute. I better stand by here.
Trying to get, but the pileups are crazy and really hard to get through with 100 watts of wire. Thanks for picking me up. NE9LE back in it.
Oh, NE9LE. I'll write the E over the A. Okay. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Day, and thank you for that wonderful DX report. I'm starting to lose you now, so 7-3, thank you for checking in. The Friday Night Fun Day. Hopefully we'll talk to you down the log. Okay. Does anybody else have a DX report that they'd like to pass along with the W9GD DX corner? Okay, I believe that's probably the most DX reports we've had ever since we started doing this back 4 years ago, right after Gene Duncan passed away. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put, okay, W9GD, the key of DX, HC honorary ticket. And you will always be a part of this net as far as I'm concerned. Okay. Okay, that concludes the DX report. At this time, I gotta get my papers straightened out here. We're gonna do the swap net. All items to be bought, sold, or traded must be related to the hobbies of raps, radio, or computers. All items to be bought, sold, or traded must be the property of or possession of the person who wants to get rid of stuff. We mentioned prices over there, but any handling should be done either in person or over the telephone. Also, no commercial business of any kind is allowed. Does anybody have any swap net drivers you'd like to pass along at this time? Please call now. Okay, George N9WSQ, our company, he had me mention this on the Friday Night Fun Day last Friday night, but he was looking for a vertical antenna for the 220 megahertz band. If anybody has one that they're not using, please contact them at area code 815-238-9303. That's area code 815-238-9303. That's George N9WSQ, our club president, Stevens County Repair Association. Again, he's looking for a vertical antenna for 220 megahertz. Okay. I gotta get my papers all put away here. One moment, please. We'll get this taken care of. Oh boy. Sorry about this. Okay. Before any more stations that want to check in the Friday Night Fun at this time, please call now.
PC9DDF, hi Jimmy.
PC9DDF, John and Elgin, hooray! We don't have to talk on the phone this time. Got a good signal coming in tonight. What's going on with you?
Oh, not much. I'm on battery power. Don't know how long they'll hold out. Let's see here. No, but just kind of lazy day today. Looking for some nice weather this weekend. And, yeah, good signal on this machine. So it's nice to check in via radio.
It's nice to be back on this repeater, too. Because I would rather hold this net on this repeater anyway. But if we can't, there's always 195, but I'd rather hold it here anyway. We're talking about beer. And this is what I do every year at this time, keeping with the Oktoberfest theme. What is your favorite beer that you like to drink?
I don't really drink much beer, so I guess no real favorite. Once in a while.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, John, sounds good. Hey, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Day. Hopefully we'll talk to you next week on the radio and on this repeater. 7-3, have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend.
Right back at you. And yeah, it sounds like the bands have been sort of good. There's been some DX, and boy, 40 meters has been awfully good in the morning. I'm doing net control duty sometimes on mid-cars, 7.258, so a great group stopped by. They're on from 7:30 to 1 all week, every day actually. Once in a while there's a day missed, I guess, field day and what have you, but a very good group there. 7.258 stopped by. Thanks, Jimmy, KC9DDF.
You're welcome, John. I checked into that mid-cars net last week. That's a good net they run there, too. So, okay, thank you for checking in. All right, any more stations you want to check in, please call now.
KD9 SBA.
KD9SBA, Matt, down in Stillman Valley. What's happening with you, Matt?
Not much. I just got home, actually. I was up in Wisconsin for a wedding tonight, so just getting back home and settling in for the night.
Okay, sounds good. In keeping with the Oktoberfest theme, I do this every year. I'm asking everybody last week I asked everybody what their favorite German food was. Now this week I'm asking everybody what their favorite beer is. Schlitz, Pabst, Budweiser, Miller, or what?
KD9 SBA. I guess I'm kind of a Leinekugels fan, but I don't drink too often, to be honest.
Okay, that's fine, no problem. That's where I don't even drink a beer, period. But I thought it was Oktoberfest. I do this every year. I'm gonna keep this going. Hey, Matt, thank you for checking in. Have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for checking in. Any more stations you want to check in, please call now. Okay, let's go ahead with the round table. Jimmy, Case9GOL. I hope you're still with us this long. What kind of beer do you drink? Case9GOL, Jimmy, are you still with us? Okay. KA1NT, are you still with us? What kind of beer do you drink? Okay. Mike in Rochelle, K9MED, what is your favorite beer that you drink?
KD9MED here. Hey, Jimmy. Well, actually, I don't drink. Haven't drank for probably 22 years now. But when I was over in Germany, I really did like Hefeweizen quite a bit. And I've also tried Japanese beer called Sapporo as well. This is KD9MED. Back to net.
Sounds good, sounds good. One thing I never knew about the Germans. The Americans like their beer cold, but the Germans like their beer warm. You know, of course, you know all about that.
KD9MED, yeah, I can confirm that, Jimmy. They kind of look at you silly when you wanted a frosted mug, but they would do that for you if you really wanted one. But yeah, Germans do drink their beer at room temperature. KD9MED.
Okay, sounds good, Mike. Thank you for what you're doing and recording the Friday Night Fun Net. He is recording this net for future rebroadcast on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. All you have to do is go to Friday Night Fun Net Central on the Facebook page. You can listen to that whenever you want. Listen to Friday Night Fun Net every night of the week. Every night is the Friday night. You can listen even during the daytime too. Okay, Mike, thank you for checking in. Okay, Terry, KD9MAP, what kind of beer do you drink?
Oh, I haven't drank in 12 years. The world breathed a sigh of relief when I stopped. But the best beer is Heineken. It needs to be chilled to the point of freezing. It needs to be consumed directly from the bottle. Chug it fast before it gets warm. I love that skunky, bitter taste of Heineken. KD9MAP.
Okay, a difference of opinion is how you like your beer. Okay, sounds good, Kerry. Thank you for checking in, and thank you for all you do. KD9TJL, Tim, I hope you're still with us. Sorry we're keeping you here. What's going on with you? What kind of beer do you drink?
KD9TJL. Not much new. Still trying to figure out the 10-meter bazooka antenna that I bought. And as far as beers, traditionally I like Murphy's Irish Stout, but I have tried a peanut butter stout recently that was quite good, surprisingly.
Oh, peanut butter stout. Never heard of that before. Oh, all the different kinds of beer you see advertised on TV now. Dave Budweiser's even making a seltzer. Never heard of that before. Okay, hey Tim. You know, if you if you have any questions about that 10-meter antenna, please feel free to ask. I'm sure there's somebody in the audience would, and some of the fellow hams would definitely be glad to help you out.
I actually think one of the guys might be coming over tomorrow to help me out with it, see if we can figure it out. I don't know if the tuner inside of the radio unit itself is not quite getting the job done or what the deal is. I also think I might need a longer run of coax, but we'll figure it out.
Okay, sounds good, Tim. Hey, you on the digital side, that radio really sounded great there, that FTM 100, which I'm talking to you on now. Okay, sounds good. Thank you for checking in, Tim. You have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Hopefully things will work out with that 10-meter antenna. Okay, N9GBP, Greg in Rockford, what's going on with you? What kind of beer do you drink?
Well, you know, it's funny. My dad and some of the neighbors around us used to brew their own beer, and I had tried all kinds of them. But when I was 21 years old and I went to a tavern for the first time, I asked the girl behind the bar what kind of beer they had, and she named off about a dozen of them, and the last one she said was Bud Light, and I couldn't remember them all, so I just ordered one of those, and after that, that's always what I drank.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds good. That ain't bad at all. Hey, Greg, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your weekend. AE9JF, Jim in Loves Park. What's going on with you? What kind of beer do you drink?
AE9JF. Good evening, Jimmy. Good evening, everyone on the net tonight. Not much going on right now. Really tickled to death to have all this rain. I had just short of 1.5 inches yesterday in a 24-hour period. That was the most rain I have had at one time in the last 4 months. So even though the summer season is about over, it was good to have that. As far as beer goes, I've pretty much given up on drinking. But when I do, and when I did, my favorite beer is Yuengling from Pottsville, Pennsylvania, the oldest brewery in the United States, and having grown up on the East Coast, we were fortunate that we could have that. So that's about it for me. Thank you very much, and I'll turn it back to Net, AE9JF.
Okay, sounds good, Jim. Hey, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net, and enjoy your evening and enjoy your weekend. Thank you for checking. DD9GDY, if you're still with us, what's going on with you, and what kind of beer do you drink?
DD9GDY, thanks, Jimmy. Well, I'm not a big beer drinker, but boy, Yuengling, I've had some of that, and I've had the Leinenkugels. I really like the Leinenkugels, but normally I just keep a little bit of Keystone Light here because I can buy a 30-pack for like $13. And when the neighbors come on over and start drinking all my beer, I'm not out a whole lot of money. So there you go. Corona's not bad either with a lime in it. KD9GDY.
Yeah, you did. When the neighbors come over and drink your beer, you better watch out. Hey, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net, and enjoy your evening and enjoy your weekend. Okay, Rick, K9QDP, what kind of beer do you drink?
I don't drink beer anymore, but years ago, I used to drink Michelob. That was just about the only thing I ever drank was Michelob.
Oh, okay, Rick, sounds good. Hey, before I forget it, afraid next time I come by your way again, I'll probably be gone. How did the long wires net go Tuesday night?
Oh, I think we had something like 7 or 8 check-ins there. And, well, there was a total of 18 on the roster. That's including the live check-ins and the honoraries. I think there was about 7 or 8 there. I don't remember offhand there. I don't have the thing with me here right now at the moment. But, yeah, it was a pretty good net there. It panned out there. I think it was about 2 minutes after 9 when I closed down the net. So it lasted for about an hour.
That's good. That is good. You do a wonderful service on 10 meters every Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. So that's great. Okay. Thank you for checking in. Okay, Mike, AC9JZ, what's going on with you if you're still with us? What kind of beer do you drink?
Jimmy and Annette, I like beer from Dortmunder, Germany. There's 2 different beers. DAB, and there's Dortmunder Union are my favorites. And I usually go up to Everett's up in South Beloit to get it because they always have good imported beers up there. But the other, around this time of year, the other one that we sometimes drank, though, and my friend Nick Jarowski that just recently passed away, we would drink Miller Best Ice. And he called it Beast. But anyway, that's what we drank. And back to you, and 73s to everyone.
Okay, Mike, H9JZ, thank you for checking in. Hopefully, Justin will be checking in later on during the during the net, so I won't have to put him down as an honorary check-in. So it'll be interesting what he has to say. Of course, I don't know if he even started drinking beer yet, but if he does, I'll definitely ask him. Thank you for checking in, Mike.
Wouldn't put anything past him, and I forgot to sign out AC9JZ.
Okay, sounds good, Mike. AK9F. Dave and Boyd, are you still with us? Yeah, this is Case on GCR, Nick Control of the Friday Night Fun Net. I'll tell you what. I'm not kidding, folks. What I'm about to tell you is a true story. Back when I was 13 years old, I almost turned 14, my younger sister was going out with her boyfriend at the time. There was a New Year's Eve, I think it was 1961. Or New Year's Day 1962, but they brought some near beer. I'll tell you what, I had a taste of that. Oh, God. That was terrible. And I remember my mother asking me, well, how do you like your first beer? I said, I don't. So that's about it there. Okay. Before we continue with the roundtable, do we have any more stations I'd like to check at the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go on.
Kilo Delta 9, Quebec Victor Whiskey, Portable.
Kilo Delta 9, Quebec Whiskey, come back with that call again.
Kilo Delta 9, Quebec Victor Whiskey, Portable.
K9QBW. Hey, how you doing? I haven't heard from you in a while. What's going on with you? What is your favorite beer that you drink?
This is KD9QBW here. I usually go for the fancy craft beer, and I'm actually have my handy-talkie from Harvard. I'm out walking the dog, so I will recheck when I get back home. KD9QBW, back to net control.
Okay, Angelo, sounds good. We'll probably be here for another hour and a half yet, so you're welcome to check in, recheck in. Okay. Let's continue on with the roundtable. N9CNW. What's going on with you? What kind of beer do you drink?
CNW, good evening, everybody on the net. Back in the day, I used to really enjoy Andecker. It was a premium beer from Pabst. They don't make it anymore, but it was really good back in the day. Probably one of the best domestic beers. And I drank a lot of Augsburger, made out of Monroe, and some Huber. But mostly I'm probably a Miller High Life guy. It's easy to get, and it's at a decent price. Miller High Life, best beer in town. N9, C&W.
Okay, sounds good. Hey, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. Thank you for checking in. Oh, that's right. Let's see. All right, he's already checked in. We'll move on. Okay, that concludes my list. Are there any more stations you'd like to check at the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go on.
KC9GCR. Here is KC9YI, Kilo Charlie 9 Yankee India, Scott and Monroe, no traffic.
KC9YI, okay, Scott. Well, it's sure good to hear you on this repeater for a change. Okay, you don't have to go to Simplex on this one, so that definitely sounds you got a good signal coming tonight. What's going on with you? Of course, we talked to Newham in the Monroe. Hopefully someday he'll be able to get, his name is Brandon, hopefully he'll get set up where he'll be able to get in this net. But anyway, we're talking about beer. What kind of beer do you drink?
Well, I'll go with Budweiser this time. This Bud's for you, I guess. Yeah, we were just having a evening get-together here with our friends, and we've been doing that quite a bit on Friday nights, and anyway, got a little bit later for the for the net here, but anyway, glad I could get through, and thanks for letting me check in.
You're checking number 30. That they've been coming in pretty hot and heavy tonight. That's good. I even had a station checking from way down in Ottawa, Illinois, down in LaSalle County.
Oh boy, maybe the band's open a little bit, but that's great. KC9 GCR from KC9YI.
Oh yeah, Al K9EPC was telling me there's a 6-1 repair down in Memorial, Illinois, down in Peoria. He said they were coming in. He said that they were kind of coming in there too. So the band is open tonight.
Yeah, well, that's quite a distance, though. Having it coming in like that. So yeah. Well, anyway, have a good net there, Jim, and we'll probably hear you Sunday, too. KC9GCR, this is KC9YI.
Okay, sounds good. Well, definitely, you have a good weekend, too. Scott, we'll talk to you on the Green County Nets is coming Sunday night. Hopefully, Brandon, the new ham, will check in, too. Okay, 7-3. Any more stations you want to check in, please call now.
KC9 CFL calling net control.
KC9CF on that brand new radio of yours. Okay, that sounds good, Mike. What's happening with you?
Not much. Playing with APRS a little bit. Probably this weekend, Sunday, maybe Monday, I'll have an iGate and a digifeeder up here in Rockton with an antenna at about 65 feet. I ordered a J-pole from, I think it's KV9 ZBR in Wisconsin. It's a copper-made J-pole, so I'm going to give that a shot. But other than that, just working, breathing in and out, taking care of the family, having fun with my four-month-old, so things are going good. KC9 CFL, back to control.
Okay, sounds good. Before I let you go, we're kind of asking everybody, this is what I do every year at this time of year, keep with Oktoberfest. What kind of beer do you drink? A Budweiser, Schlitz, or Pabst, or what?
Well, I'm really not a beer drinker anymore. When I was, I used to do Modelo, and then when I wanted to feel really snazzy, I would do a Hackershore.
A what? Repeat that?
Hackershore. It's a German beer. Gets poured in about a 2.5-foot tall flute,
Oh, okay, sounds good. Hey, Mike, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. Any more stations you want to check in, please call now.
96K, Bob over here in Freeport, Jimmy.
N9CSK, hello, the Bob. We haven't heard you in a while. What's happening with you?
Got a lot of things I've been doing, other interests.
Okay, sounds good. We're talking about keeping with Oktoberfest, and this is something I always do every year. I always ask everybody what their favorite beer was. And what was your favorite beer back in the day, back in your younger days?
Well, just about any that was nice and cold. But actually, my favorite would have been George Killigan Red Irish Beer. I had a friend of mine and I went to the northwest coast up there, and that was a very big popular beer up there. Then you could buy it in Rockford, but you couldn't buy it in Freeport for a long time. Man, it was a good beer. I really enjoyed that. I hate to say, but I did finish off many cases of that stuff.
That's okay. That's okay. Hey, Bob, good hearing from you. Thank you. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your weekend.
We got some things to do here after a bit, and probably get back out of here in a few minutes. Just thought I'd turn it on and see if the net was gone, see if it was still gone, which I kind of figured it was. So if you have a good net, Jimmy, and hopefully in the next half hour you get 30 million people checking in. Have fun, KC9GCR96K.
Well, ain't that the truth? Yeah, sure be nice there. Yeah, for the last 2 weeks we've been signing off just before 10:30. So we'll see how many more we get there. Thank you for checking in, Bob. Any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Was there somebody trying to check in? All I heard was a mic click. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Those of you who are old enough to remember some of those old beer commercials you see on the TV. From the land, remember the old Hams beer commercial? From the land of sky blue waters, from the land of pines, and balsams, comes the beer refreshing, Hams, the beer refreshing. I remember those old commercials, the Hams beer. I didn't know that the name was Sasha until only a few years ago. I did a similar net back a few years ago, and somebody was telling me that Sasha was the name of the Hams bear. Let's see. Those of you who remember Dizzy Dean and Pee Wee Reese used to do this Game of the Week Saturdays and Sundays on CBS TV. That was Falstaff Beer was the sponsor. And let's see, Mabel Black Label. K9GOL mentioned that. Let's see. What do you? By the way, folks, we are not promoting any beer or any brewery here, so I want to put that disclaimer in there. What do you have? Pabst Blue Ribbon. What do you have? Pabst Blue Ribbon. What do you have? Pabst Blue Ribbon. Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. And another one you remember. I'm from Milwaukee, and you all, I all know it's draft brewed blast beer wherever you go. Smoother, smaller, or what have you. Blatz is Milwaukee's finest beer. I know a lot of you are of a certain age. You remember those old beer commercials. I do. Okay. Any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're running late there, but hey, so what? It's Friday night. Nobody's going anywhere. We're going to do Friday Night Fun Net Trivia. This is for the benefit of those hams, those people who are studying for their first ham radio license. A lot of you are listening to this net on a scanner. You're either studying for your first ham radio license, or you're only listening to us because you can't listen to police communications anymore unless you have a very expensive digital scanner. So those of you who are studying for your first ham radio license there, your technician's test, this trivia segment is really for you. This will help when we have the VE testing session. By the way, I do not know how the VE testing session came out in Freeport last Saturday. Brandon, K9LOA, I hadn't talked to him in several days. I only talked to him tonight, and he wasn't there. So next VE testing session here in Freeport will be in December. We'll talk about that another time. Okay. Here's the first question. Why should you not set your transmit frequency to be exactly at the edge of an amateur band or subband? A, to allow for calibration error in the transmitter frequency display. B, so that modulation sidebands do not extend beyond the band edge. C, to allow for transmitter frequency drift. D, all of these choices are correct. Why should you not set your transmit frequency to be exactly at the edge of an amateur band or subband? A, to allow for calibration error in the transmitter frequency display. B, so that modulation sidebands do not extend beyond the band edge. C, to allow for transmitter frequency drift. D, all of these choices are correct. Does anybody have correct answer to this question?
I'm going to say D, because the question has to do with setting it close to the edge of the band, and answer number B has to say something about sideband, but it's not saying anything about sideband, so I'm going to say D, all the above.
You are correct, Rick. You are correct. Why should you not set your transmit frequency to be exactly at the edge of an amateur band or subband? A, to allow for calibration error in the transmitter frequency display. B, so that modulation sidebands do not extend. C, to allow for transmitter frequency drift. Well, the correct answer is D, delta. All of these choices are correct. 97.101A and 97.301A to E. Amateurs are allowed to use any frequency in a band, but have to be careful when operating near the edge of the band. All of the signals must be inside the band. Since radios display the carrier frequency, remember to leave room for the signal's sidebands. Ham radio license manual, page 5-7. Okay, let's find another one here. Okay. Okay, which of the following formats of a self-assigned indicator is acceptable when identifying using a phone transmission? A, KL7CC stroke W3. B, KL7CC/W3. C, KL7CC/W3. D, all of these choices are correct. Which of the following formats of a self-assigned indicator is acceptable when identifying using a phone transmission? A, KL7CC stroke W3. B, KL7CC slant W3. I read that wrong earlier. C, KL7CC/W3. D, all of these choices are correct. Anybody correct to answer this question?
KD9MAP. I'm going to guess the /WC. That's the one you use when you're in the water closet.
Okay. Okay. Gary. What do you say? What do you say?
I'm sorry, Jimmy. There was a little QRM there.
Okay. I wasn't Gary, but what do you say?
That's my real guess. I have no earthly idea.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll read the question one more time. If nobody else answers, I'll give the correct answer. Okay. Which of the following formats of a self-assigned indicator is acceptable when identifying using a phone transmission? A, KL7CC stroke W3. C, B, KL7CC slant W3. C, KL7CC/W3. D, all of these choices are correct. Anybody correct to answer this question?
E9QDP. I'm going to say D.
Okay, Rick, you are correct. Okay. Which of the following formats of a self-assigned indicator is acceptable when identifying using phone transmission? A, KL7CC stroke W3. B, KL7CC slant W3. C, KL7CC/W3. Well, the correct answer is D, delta. All of these choices are correct. 97.119C, or FCC Part 97.1. Yeah. FCC Part 97.119C says one or more indicators may be included with the call sign. Each indicator must be separated from the call sign by the slant mark / or by any suitable word that denotes the slant mark. If an indicator is self-assigned, it must be included before, after, or both before and after the call sign. Ham Radio License Manual, page 8-5. All right, let's see. Oh, I read that one. I'm not reading that one again. Okay. Same. I'm trying to avoid the same, reading the same questions. Okay. What property of radio waves is often used to identify the different frequency bands? A, the approximate wavelength. B, the magnetic intensity of waves. C, the time it takes for a wave to travel 1 mile. D, the voltage standing wave ratio of waves. What property of radio waves is often used to identify the different frequency bands? A, the approximate wavelength. B, the magnetic intensity of waves. C, the time it takes for waves to travel 1 mile. D, the voltage standing wave ratio of waves. Anybody correct to answer this question?
KD9MAP. I'm quite certain it's A alpha.
Well, Kerry, you are correct. You are correct. What property of radio waves is often used to identify the different frequency bands? The correct answer is A alpha, the approximate wavelength. Okay, let's find another one. Yeah, we'll skip that one. We won't. I'm going to avoid these electrical questions. We ain't going to worry about it. Let's see. Oh, I read that one. I'm not going to use it again. Okay. Which of the following types of solder is best for radio and electronic use? A, acid core solder. B, silver solder. C, rosin core solder. D, aluminum solder. Which of the following types of solder is best for radio and electronic use? A, acid core solder. B, silver solder. C, rosin core solder. D, aluminum solder. Anybody correct to answer this question?
QDPs. That'd be rosin core solder.
You are correct, Rick. You are correct. Which of the following types of solder is best for radio and electronic use? Well, the correct answer is C, Charlie, rosin core solder. Avoid acid core solder, which is corrosive to electronics. Ham Radio License Manual, page 4-18. Okay, we'll find out. Okay. All right. Those of you who know Morse code should know the correct answer to this one by heart. What code is used when sending CW in the amateur bands? A, baudit. B, Hamming. C, International Morse. D, all of these choices are correct. What code is used when sending CW in the amateur bands? A, baudit. B, Hamming. C, International Morse. D, all of these choices are correct. Anybody correct to answer this question?
E9GUI.
E9GUI, go ahead.
Going with C, International Morse.
You are correct. You are correct. What code is used when sending CW in the amateur bands? Correct answer is C, Charlie, International Morse. International Morse is the standard form of code for amateur CW operation. And speaking of CW, Kerry, K9MAP, how did the CW net go on Wednesday, I should say?
The Rah-Rah CW net meets on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. on 7117 kilohertz. We run at 8 words per minute, a fairly slow speed to accommodate beginners and the CW shy. we had a great net. We had, I was so very pleased to have Jim, Larry, and Rick. And we went for about 50 minutes this time. KD9 MAP.
That's great. Congratulations, Gary, on what you do with the CW. That's great. Okay. Again, I'm trying to avoid these okay. All right. Which of the following connectors is most suitable for frequencies above 400 megahertz? A UHF or PL259 or SO239 connector. B, a Type N connector. C, an RS-213 connector. D, a DB-25 connector. Which of the following connectors is most suitable for frequencies above 400 megahertz? A UHF, a PL259 or slash SO239 connector. B, a Type N connector. C, an RS-213 connector. D, a DB-25 connector. Anybody correct answer to this question?
D9QDP, that would be B, N-type connector.
You are correct, Rick. You are correct. Which of the following connectors is most suitable for frequencies above 400 megahertz? Correct answer is B, Bravo, a Type N connector. Above 400 megahertz, the Type N connectors are used because of their low loss and controlled impedance. Okay. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give everybody a break here this week. I am not going to read off any tower questions. So you guys get a break, and we'll pick it up again next week. Okay? Now we're going to do the general portion of the Friday Night Fun Net Trivia. But before we do that, are there any more stations you want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? You're coming home for your Friday night fish fry, steak fry, grocery shopping, or the show. You want to the grocery store to pick up your 6 packs or 12 packs of beer for this weekend? If you just came home, turned your radio on, and you've been copying the mail for the last almost hour and a half, this is your chance to check in the Friday Night Fun Day from Mayweather region. Without traffic, please call K-Sign GCR.
Jimmy, Whiskey, India 9, Hotel Foxtrot, Chad up in Janesville. Good evening.
K9FLO.
Okay, I got 2 stations, WI9HF, Chad and Janesville. I got you checked in, and Dean, K9FLO. Dean and Roscoe, I got you checked in. Dean, I'll get back to you in a minute. Chad, what's going on with you? How did your HF net, your 2-meter simplex net go last night?
Hey, Jimmy, good evening to the net. Yeah, not too much in Janesville. Got some rain yesterday, but finally, first probably measurable rain here in probably 3 months. The grass seems to be a little happier and stuff, so yeah, it's good for that. Nothing really new. Simplex net last night, we had 4 check-ins, including myself, net control. And we kind of have a topic, Jimmy. I kind of make things up at the last second. So my topic, the question was kind of a 2-part question. What is your favorite wintertime activity, and does anyone have any plans for this upcoming winter? And responses ranged from just getting exercise, shoveling snow, snow blowing, maybe ice fishing, and some people didn't really do much, which is kind of what I tried to do. Stay in the house, play radio. So 4 check-ins. I missed it last week because I was helping a friend move into her apartment, so we didn't have it not yesterday, but whatever the week before was, 31st or 30th or whatever it was. So, but yeah, that's coming along. A little over a month here, so I think we'll get more check-ins here as we go along. Maybe set. So yeah, nothing otherwise, Jimmy. And I missed your topic for the week if you have one. Go ahead.
Yeah, in keeping with Oktoberfest, I was asking everybody what their favorite beer was. Pabst, Schlitz, Budweiser, what have you. You have a favorite beer or not?
Yeah, I think to me all beer is kind of the same. There's some variations, but we like, it's made in New Glarus, Wisconsin. I don't think you guys can get it down in Illinois. Spotted Cow, it's called. It's like I say, it's a local beer. So that's kind of my go-to one. Before that, I like Miller beer, but again, Spotted Cow. And what I like to do, Jimmy, and the rest of the net, is I make beer broths. I don't know if anyone's ever done this, but I get like, a pack of 5 broths or, however many you want, and put them in a crock pot, and take a 24-ounce can of beer, and then cook the broths in the beer all day, from like maybe 8, 9 in the morning to like 5 at night, and really, really tender. They fall apart when you eat them. They're excellent. Have that with a little potato salad and some onions on there. If you're not hungry, you probably are now.
Sounds good there. Oh yeah, well you said, yours, well, of course, you know this too. The Huber Brewer used to be in Monroe, used to be in business for many, many years there. I guess sad to say, I guess they kind of went out of business there. But that was a good brand too. So, hey, Chad, I'll tell you what. I regret to say I'm not able to get into your net because I got 2 nets I run on Thursday night. See, Health and Tech Net on the 147.195 repeater at 7 o'clock, and at 8 o'clock I do the Salvation Army Saturn Net, our local repeater here in Freeport, 147.390. But you do a great job with that net. Hopefully you'll get some more check-ins down the road.
Jimmy, I appreciate that. Yeah, I can't ever hear you on the input, but that doesn't mean somebody else wouldn't hear you. But yeah, nice to have you if you ever have the chance, but we might change the date. We're not sure yet. Coming up end of October, we have a thing at church we're doing. It's called Luther, I forget the exact name of it. It's like Table Talks for Lutheran Church. It's what Luther, I forget the guy's first name now. He's that big Lutheran guy back in the 1600s who founded the Lutheran Church. And we're starting that with our new church here that we joined in Janesville, 28th of October. The pastor is going to be doing some table talks. It's kind of interesting, so go to that. But I think I have a net control lined up. And we don't have to go every week. Maybe I'll make a compromise here and go every other week or something. But hopefully, down the road, if you can check in ever. I know you're busy, that's fine. But I'd love to have you. I'd like to even try a fusion on that net a couple times, see how many people we can get there. Be kind of different mode and see what happens. Be kind of fun to try that. So go ahead, back to you, Jimmy.
Okay, sounds good. Well, we'll see what happens. I know they're starting up that fusion net again on the Clinton 146.715 repair. I think it's the 4th Thursday of the month there, so it sounds good. Hey, Chad, I got to get going here. I want to talk to Dean K9FLO. But you have a good evening, and enjoy your weekend, and thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Do check in again.
All right, Jimmy, and if you didn't do the trivia question, ham study questions, I'll leave it on for that because my wife likes listening to that. She's going to take her test maybe in January, so get another operator. I'll let you go. I'll let you move on to FLO there. So good talking to you again, Jimmy. Fun net. No pun intended. But it's a good net, and I really enjoy it. So glad I was able to check in. 73 WI9HF.
I hear somebody say about other nets there too. Fun net. Yeah, I understand. Hey, this is great. I'm not complaining. Okay, thank you for checking in. As soon as I get done with talking to Dean, we'll resume the trivia. I'm going to get to the general portion and maybe read a couple of extra questions. So sounds good. Thank you for checking in. Dean, K9FLO in Roscoe. What's going on with you?
KC9GCR, K9FLO. Good evening, Jimmy. Good evening to Chad up there in Janesville. And it's Friday night. I thought I was going to run in behind here, but you're still somewhat in the middle of the net, it sounds like. So that's okay. That's good. Must have had a club meeting down Rockford or something like that to put everything behind, or I'm not sure. Anyway, yes, it's Friday. Good night. Fish fry night. That's what we did down at Rockford, and enjoyed that. So we got home a little bit ago, and good fellowship time down there. And what else happening? Not much. Thanks for bringing up about the Fusion Net, and it is going again on the fourth Friday of the month at 7:30 there on the 146.715 repeater, which has got pretty good coverage area. I think you've gotten into it a couple times, if I remember right there, Jimmy. KC9GCR, K9FLO.
Yeah, I checked in that System Fusion Net a couple times there too. That's good that you guys run there. Okay, hey, we're in keeping with Oktoberfest. I don't know if you drink any beer or not, but I'm asking the question: what is your favorite beer that you like? A Pabst, a Schlitz, Budweiser, Hams, or what?
Wow, I'm not much of a beer drinker anymore, if not at all. But it used to be, I think it was a Bud, if I remember right, Bud Light, and the other one, when we'd go to a Mexican restaurant, of course, was always a Corona. So I get that probably doesn't fit into the month of October. Jimmy, go ahead.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Sounds good. Okay, hey Dean, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your weekend. We'll try checking into the Rock County Net on Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock. Of course, we also have the Health and Tech Net. We have two Health and Tech Nets. One on Tuesday at 7 o'clock on 195 at the same time as the Rock County Net meets. Of course, Thursday evenings at 7, also 7 o'clock on that repeater. I do the Thursday net, and Larry AC9GO runs the Tuesday net. So you have a good evening. We'll definitely talk to you next week. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun.
All right, Jimmy, take care. 7-3s, and very good. Stay at it. Sounded good. Sorry I missed you at the Ham Fest. That'd have been fun, but I tried. And I had to stay out there and sell stuff too, so I had a dual purpose there. Take care. KC9GCR, K9FLO.
7-3 talk to you later, KC9GCR. Okay, any more stations want to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go on out. Okay, we're going to do some general questions. And I'm going to skip this segment. We're not going to do that. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Which of the following is a way to establish contact with a digital messaging system gateway station? A. Send an email to the system control operator. B. Sends QRL and Morse code. C. Respond when the station broadcasts an SSID, whatever that is. D. Transmit a connect message on the station's published frequency. Which of the following is a way to establish contact with a digital messaging system gateway station? A. Send an email to the system control operator. B. Send QRL and Morse code. C. Respond when the station broadcasts an SSID. D. Transmit a connect message on the station's published frequency. Anybody correct answer to this question? Okay, I'll tell you what. I don't think anybody works at mode, so I'm going to read the question and give the answer. Which of the following is a way to establish contact with a digital messaging system gateway station? Correct answer is detail of the transmitter connect message on the station's published frequency. All right. I'm gonna move on. Skip these digital questions. Ain't gonna worry about it. Some of these questions I read before, so okay. Okay. What happens as the noise reduction control level in a receiver is increased? A. Received signals may become distorted. B. Received frequency may become unstable. C. CW signals may become severely attenuated. D. Received frequency may shift several kilohertz. What happens as the noise reduction and the control level in a receiver is increased? A. Received signals may become distorted. B. Received frequency may become unstable. C. CW signals may become severely attenuated. D. Received frequency may shift several kilohertz. Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
D9QDP, that would be A.
You are correct, Rick, you are correct. What happens as the noise reduction control level in a receiver is increased? Correct answer is A alpha. Received signals may become distorted. Noise reduction is performed on the receiver's output audio by DSP. This system attempts to remove hiss and noise from the audio that is not part of the desired speech, data, or CW. There may be more than one noise reduction setting optimized for different types of signals. Increasing the noise reduction level may cause some of the desired signals to be removed as well, causing distortion. Use the least noise reduction required to minimize distortion. General Class License Manual, page 5-20. All right. Okay. Let's find another one. We're not. Another digital or internet question. We're not going to read that. I tried to avoid them at all costs. Good grief. Okay. What is the output PEP from a transmitter if an oscilloscope measures 500 volts peak to peak across a 50 ohm resistive load connected to the transmitter output? A. 8.75 watts. B. 625 watts. C. 2,500 watts. D. 5,000 watts. What is the output PEP from a transmitter if an oscilloscope measures 500 volts peak to peak across a 50 ohm resistive load connected to the transmitter output? A. 8.75 watts. B. 625 watts. C. 2,500 watts. B. 5,000 watts. Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
E9QDP.
Go ahead,
I think that would be B.
You are correct, Rick. You are correct. What is the output PEP from a transmitter if an oscilloscope measures 500 volts peak to peak across a 50 ohm resistive load connected to the transmitter output? Correct answer is B Bravo, 625 watts. And it's a mathematical answer. I'm not even going to bother reading that one. Ugh. Oh, good God, I'm not reading that one. Okay, which type of rectifier circuit uses two diodes and a center tapped transformer? A. Full wave. B. Full wave bridge. C. Half wave. D. Synchronous. Which type of rectifier circuit uses two diodes and a center tapped transformer? A. Full wave. B. Full wave bridge. C. Half wave. synchronous. Anybody have correct answer to this question?
KD9MAP is guessing half wave.
Oh, sorry, Curry, that's not correct. Now you were trying. Anybody else want to try? Okay, I'll read the question and give the correct answer. Which type of rectifier circuit uses two diodes and a center tapped transformer? The correct answer is B. Bravo for full wave bridge. Full wave rectifier. Skip that one. Let's move on. That one. Oh, we're not reading any of that packet stuff. Forget that. Okay. All right. How does antenna height affect the horizontal or mythical radiation pattern of a horizontal dipole HF antenna? A. If the antenna is too high, the pattern becomes unpredictable. B. Antenna height has no effect on the pattern. C. If the antenna is less than 1/2 wavelength high, the azimuthal pattern is almost omnidirectional. D. If the antenna is less than 1/2 wavelength high, radiation off the ends of the wire is eliminated. How does antenna height affect the horizontal azimuthal radiation pattern of a horizontal dipole HF antenna? A. If the antenna is too high, the pattern becomes unpredictable. B. Antenna height has no effect on the pattern. C. If the antenna is less than 1/2 wavelength high, the azimuthal pattern is almost omnidirectional. D. If the antenna is less than 1/2 wavelength high, radiation off the ends of the wire is eliminated. Does anybody have correct answer to this question?
89 QDP, if no takers.
Let's not depend on two people answering all the questions. You know this, come on. This is all in fun. This is not a final exam. Okay.
Who's transmitting digital?
Oh, okay. Rick, go ahead. Go ahead with your answer.
I've experimented with dipoles, and the logical answer there would be C. At less than 1/2 wavelength, it becomes almost omnidirectional.
You are correct, Rick. You are correct. How does antenna height affect the horizontal or azimuthal radiation pattern of the horizontal dipole HF antenna? The correct answer is C, Charlie. If the antenna is less than 1/2 wavelength high, the azimuthal pattern is almost omnidirectional. As height is reduced below 1/2 wavelength, the antenna pattern of the dipole becomes almost omnidirectional because of reflections from the ground. This antenna transmits and receives nearly equally in all compass directions, although at a high vertical angle. General Class License Manual, page 7-6. Okay, I think that's going to do it for this portion of the trivia segment. I'll read a couple questions in the extra class. But before we do, are there any more stations like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, we're going to read a couple questions in the extra class. Yeah, okay. What privileges are authorized in the U.S. to persons holding an amateur service license granted by the government of Canada? A. None. They must obtain a U.S. license. B. All privileges of the amateur extra class license. C. The operating terms and conditions of the Canadian amateur service license not to exceed U.S. amateur extra class privileges. D. Full privileges up to and including those of the amateur extra class license on the 80, 40, 20, 15, and 10 meter bands. What privileges are authorized in the U.S. to persons holding an amateur service license granted by the government of Canada? A. None. They must obtain a U.S. license. B. All privileges of the amateur extra class license. C. The operating terms and conditions of the Canadian amateur service license not to exceed U.S. amateur extra class privileges. D. Full privileges up to and including those of the amateur extra class license on the 80, 40, 20, 15, and 10 meter bands. Anybody have a correct answer to this question? Well, that's a hard question. I'll tell you what, I'll read the question and I'll give the correct answer. What privileges are authorized in the U.S. to persons holding an amateur service license granted by the government of Canada? The correct answer is C, Charlie. The operating terms and conditions of the Canadian amateur service license not to exceed U.S. amateur extra class privileges. When Canadian amateurs operate from the U.S., they must operate according to the terms of their license as long as they do not exceed the privileges of U.S. amateur extra class license. For example, Canadian AMs visiting the U.S. cannot operate on phone below 14.150 megahertz. 97.107 extra class license manual, page 3-21. Let me reset. Speaking of Canada, this coming Monday is Columbus Day in most areas, although some places they've discontinued it. They celebrate, they honor the American Indians. On the same day Columbus Day is observed, which is this coming Monday, in Canada, it's Thanksgiving Day. I don't know if you are aware of this or not, but I've known this for many, many years. Thanksgiving. Any Canadians listening, we want to wish you and your family a happy Thanksgiving Day on this coming Monday. All right. Oh, boy. Good God. All right. I think this is going to be the last question of the night. What is the term for the suppression in an FM receiver of one signal by another stronger signal on the same frequency? A. Desensitization. B. Cross-modulation to interference. C. Capture effect. D. Frequency discrimination. What is the term for the suppression in an FM receiver of one signal by another stronger signal on the same frequency? A. Desensitization. B. Cross-modulation interference. C. Capture effect. D. Frequency discrimination. Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
Jimmy, to be on NHF.
Come on back.
Hey, Alpha, to be on NHF.
Oh, sorry, Chad, that's not correct. It's not correct. Anybody else want to give it a try?
9QDP, B.
Oh, sorry, Ricky, that's not correct either. Anybody else want to give it a try? All right, I'll read the question and give the correct answer. What is the term for the suppression of an FM receiver of one signal by another stronger signal on the same frequency? Correct answer, C, Charlie. Capture effect. The discussion is rather lengthy, so I'm not even going to bother reading it. One moment, please. Okay, this concludes Friday Night Fun Net Trivia for this evening. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, at this time, do we have any more stations you want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Hey, does anybody have any questions, comments, or other traffic or any input you'd like to bring before the net this time? Any more stations want to check the Friday Night Fun Net this time? With or without traffic, please call K-Sign GCR. This is KC9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the W9AXD repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central in Freeport. It is now 10 p.m. curfew time. Parents, do you know where your children are at?
Lockdown.
Yes, you are correct. Lockdown, lockdown.
Probably spending a night in juvenile.
Yep, that's for sure. Okay, sounds good. Any more stations you want to check in, please call now. This would be about the time our N9NQD checks in, but I guess I haven't heard him tonight, so he must have something else going on. Okay, let me give you a rundown of all the other nets we have in the area. Right now, at this very moment, the Night Watch net is getting underway. It's held on the 443.750 repeater, the CFMC 440 machine in Chicago FM Club. That is a PL 114.8 plus offset. If you cannot not get the repeater, you can get it via the Echo Link. Last night I was listening to it. They were kind of coming in pretty good. Well, most of the time it kept fading in and out, but for the most part they were coming in pretty good. But I wasn't able to check in. But that's what's going on. The Night Watch net, it runs from anywhere from an hour to about an hour and a half, or maybe longer than that. But that net runs 7 nights a week. Gets underway at 10 o'clock. Okay. The Lunch Munch net is held every day, Monday through Friday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. The Swamp net is held at 12:30 p.m. It's on the 145.430 repeater in Downers Grove, Illinois. That's PL 107.2 minus offset. W9DUP DuPage County repeater. There is a Saturday night fun net, which meets on Saturday evening at 9 p.m. on the 146.910 repeater in Milwaukee, PL 127.3 minus offset. That net's a lot more formal than this one. You got to check in A through F, O, G through an I or what have you there. But that's a good net they run anyway. The Greene County Aries Races that meets every Sunday evening at 7:30 p.m. on the 145.110 repeater in Monroe. That has a PO 114.8, 123.0 minus offset. Scott, K9YI, you checked in this net earlier. It's net control of that net. It's a combination of Aries Races and the Rag Chew net. We got there a lot of Rockford people check into that net. So okay, the Big Thunder Amps Radio Club net meets every Sunday evening at 8 p.m. on the 147.375 repeater in Belvedere, PL 123 100.0 plus Austin. I have not been able to get into that repeater for a while. They've been able to hear me. I can hear them. They know that I'm checking in, but I'm just not making that repeater. The Whiteside County Aries net meets every Sunday evening at 8 p.m. on the 146.850 repeater in Sterling, PL 114.8 minus offset. Shouldn't have no problem getting that repeater. I had a total, let's see. That's about 200 feet in the air. The antenna is about 200 feet in the air on the Illinois State Police District 1 radio tower. The Rah-Rah Info Net meets every Monday evening at 7 p.m. I'm happy to report that the net met on this repeater, and Larry, K9 KZT had a total of, I think he had 16 check-ins, 17 check-ins, whatever. But he and I share the duties of net control. Let's see. Oh boy. The Lee County Aries group meets every Monday evening at 8 p.m. on the 146.970 repeater in Dixon with a PL of 82.5 minus offset. The Kishwaukee Amps Radio Club holds its Monday evening net at 8:30 p.m. on the 146.730 repeater in the Cal with a PL of 100.0 minus offset. Tuesdays, let's see. We got the first of the two Health and Tech nets on the 147.195 repeater. Larry, H9G Old Rah-Rah Board President hosts the Tuesday net at 7 p.m. and I host the Thursday net at 7 p.m. Then the Rock County Public Service net meets every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. on the 145.450 repeater in Janesville, the PL of 123.0 minus off. Then, of course, don't forget the North America Long Wires net meets at 8 p.m. on 28.390 megahertz, 10 meters upper side band with the RIC, K9 QDP. Then the Oval County Amateur Radio, and then including Aries Skywarn, meets at 9 p.m. on the 147.165 repeater in Oregon with a PL of 146.2 plus offset. The Winnebago County, no. They're not doing that anymore. Stevens County Aries net meets every Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. here in Freeport on the 147.390 repeater. I'm the net control of that net. I had a total of 8 check-ins, so that was a great net. At 7:30 p.m. on the 147.120 repeater Boyd with PL 123.0 plus offset. The Greater Boyd Amps Radio Club holds its Wednesday evening net. Then at 8 p.m. here in Freeport on the 147.390 repeater, PL 114.8 plus offset. We have the Wednesday evening swap net. It runs from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. till all traffic is handled. Mel, N9RPN, the trustee of the 39 repeater, and I share the duties of net control. He ran the net this past Wednesday, and I'll run the net this coming Wednesday. Mel breaks his amateur radio news line, 15-minute independent news broadcast devoted entirely to amateur radio. Okay, don't forget, at the end of the Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, 2-meter nets on 6-1 and this here on 600 on 195. Larry at K9KCT brings as CW practice. And of course, Gary K9MAP told you earlier about the Rah-Rah CW net, which meets every Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. on 7.117 kilohertz on the 40 meters CW portion. And 3 or 4 check-ins, that's a great service that he runs. The Senile net meets each and every day, Monday through Friday, from 1,400 hours to 1,500 hours Zulu on 14.287 megahertz, 20 meters upper sideband. Chuck, WD9BB is net control. He takes check-ins not only from around here locally, but throughout the country. All right, you're all caught up on your local nets. Support your local net control operators, your local nets, your radio clubs, your local repeaters, your member of AM radio club. By all means, support your local club. Okay, at this time, do we have any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun net? Please go on out.
KC9GCR, KD9HWK, Matt and Sycamore checking in, saying good evening to everybody, and have a good night there, Jimmy.
KD9HWK, Matt and Sycamore, one of the net control operators on the Kishwaukee AM Radio Club net, which meets every Monday evening at 8:30 p.m. on 146730, DeKalb PL 100.0 minus offset. I got you checked in, Matt. And keep with Oktoberfest, we're asking, what is your favorite beer you like to drink?
Well, I prefer Weizen, German Weizen beer. That's my favorite kind.
A lot of the people are saying the same. Who checked in and said the same thing. They like the beer that comes from Germany. So that sounds good. Hey, Matt, I know when you run the net. I don't know when your turn is, but it's coming up this Monday or not. But I appreciate you mentioning checking me in as an honorary check-in and mentioning the Friday Night Fun.
Yeah, actually, I will be net control coming up here this Monday, and sure, it's not a problem, Jimmy. I enjoy letting everybody know about this. So if they're around and they're listening to their radio and they got nothing going on, join in on the net. It's what ham radio is about, right?
That's right, and you're checking number 35, too. Okay, Matt, 7-3, have a good evening. We'll listen to you this coming Monday night.
Hey, Jimmy and everybody out there on the net, have a good evening. KD9HWK, 7-3.
Okay, at this time, do we have any more stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun net? Please go on out. Okay, let's do the Amperes code. The Amperes, consider it. You never know when to use the air in such a way as to lessen the pleasures of others. The Amperes is loyal. He offers his loyalty, encouragement, and support to his fellow radio Amperes, his local club, and the American Radio Relay League through which Amperes Radio is represented. The Amperes is progressive. He keeps his station abreast of science. It is well-built and efficient. His operating practice is above reproach. The Amperes is friendly, slow and patient sending when requested, friendly advice and counsel to the beginner, kindly assistance, cooperation, and consideration for the interests of others. These are marks of the Amperes spirit. The Amperes is balanced. Radio is his hobby. He never allows it to interfere with any of his duties he owes in his home, his job, his school, or his community. The Amperes is patriotic. His knowledge and his station are always ready for the support, the service of his country and his community. That's the Amperes code. As Tony N9RB used to say, some to live by not only on the radio, but throughout life itself. One of these days, if I think of it, I should copy down the DXers code and the contester's code. I should write that down. I should read them off. Okay, any more stations want to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9 QVW with a recheck.
K9QBW. Okay, Angelo, we got you checked in. Welcome back to Net. What's going on with you?
Oh, it was a beautiful night for a dog walk, so I took both my dogs on a pretty decently long walk. We probably went about 1.5 miles total between the two dogs. That's about all that's new here, just enjoying the weather outside. KD9 QVW, back to Net.
Get your fan or your AC going tomorrow. It's going to be a hot one a warm one for the next couple of days.
I'm going to enjoy it while it lasts because we know what's coming up right around the corner.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Okay. I don't know if I asked you this before or not. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But I'm asking everybody what their favorite beer was. Did you give your answer or not?
Yes, I did. I said that I like the fancy craft beer. That's the beer I like.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought I'd better ask. Okay, Angelo, hey, thanks for checking in. Yeah, I'm glad you take your HC with you when you go out and walk your dog like that. That's why I always tell everybody, you're going to any place, take your HCs with you so you can check in the Friday Night Fun Net and any other net in the area. Okay, Angelo, hey, thanks for checking in. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. Hope we'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, take care, Jimmy. Have a good night. KD9 QVW.
Okay, any more stations want to check the Friday Night Fun at this time? Please call now. Okay, be sure you tell your mothers, your fathers, your sons and daughters, your brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, your nieces, your nephews, your grandparents, your in-laws, your neighbors across the street, down the street, next door. Be sure you tell your butcher and your baker and your candlestick maker. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the checkout counter at your grocery store. Be sure to tell the clerk behind the counter at your convenience store. Be sure you tell your waiters, your waitresses, bartenders at your friendly neighborhood bars, restaurants, taverns, or pubs. Be sure you tell the members of your local PTA or PTO. Be sure you tell them. Sure you tell the bank teller when you do your banking. Tell the clerk behind the counter at your local post office when you go buy your stamps. Be sure you tell your new car dealer, your used car dealer, your garage mechanic. Sure you tell your priests, your ministers, your rabbis, your mullahs, your ayatollahs, or your imams. Be sure you tell your boyfriends. Be sure you tell your probation officer, your parole officer, your divorce lawyer. Be sure you tell your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your ex-boyfriends, your ex-girlfriends, your husbands, your wives, your ex-husbands, your ex-wives. Your ex-in-laws, of course, your old ladies about the Friday Night Fun Net. More check-ins are better than that. Make sure you have a valid FCC license before you check in. We do not take check-ins from jailbirds, jammers, potty mouths, crackheads, doveheads, potheads, telemarketers. If you don't back the blue, we don't take your check-in. You take a knee at a sporting event, we don't take your check-ins here. That's all there is to it. All right, any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go on out. Okay, let's do our honorary check-ins. N9ARB, HC honorary check-in, N9TAB, HC honorary check-in, A9 Sugar Fox, Scott, the beautiful Kishwaukee River Yacht Club. By the way, I talked to him last Saturday. He sounded great. He checked in the Ogle County Net. He's doing fine. He has some health problems, but he's coming along just fine. Okay, let's, one of the best guys in the whole world. He doesn't listen, he doesn't check in that often, but he listens every Friday night. Richard, N9CO. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put down Brandon, KD9LOA. And let's see. And since I relayed George's, you know what? No, I'm going to put down Kurt, KE9N. HC honorary check-in. So the final count stands at 41 check-ins. Okay. This is the last call for any stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Remember, in the region with Rob Traffic, please call K-Sign GCR. Last call for Ratchet John.
Thought you were going to say last call for alcohol, seeing the topic tonight was beer.
I think you're so right. You're right. Last call for alcohol. Okay, it was a great net tonight, folks. Had a wonderful turnout. 41 check-ins. I was maybe Justin K9FEO will check in later on tonight. I'm going to leave one space open for him. Okay, I want to thank everybody for checking in. It was a great net tonight. Tune in again next week. Same time, same repeater, hopefully, for another edition of the Friday Night Fun Net. Until then, this is Jim, K-Sign GCR. Now closing down this Friday, October 8th, 2021 edition of the Friday Night Fun Net. I return to repeater the frequency normal amateur radio use at exactly 10:20 p.m. Central Daylight Time, 3 hours 20 minutes Zulu time, with a grand total so far of 41 check-ins. If you missed any part of the net, be sure you tune in on the Friday Night Fun Net's Facebook page, and Mike K9MED is recording this net. This net is now closed and repair is now open for normal amateur radio use. 7-3s, everybody. This is K-Sign GCR. 7-3s to all, and to all a good night.
That went really well, Jimmy, and the repeater performed perfectly all night long. So thanks a lot, KD9MAT.
You're welcome, Kerry, and thank you for checking in. Thank you for all you do, too. Okay, Mike.